Welcome to the Golden Nuggets.
This podcast is brought to you by Reka Studio. If you are struggling with creating content because you have no time, you don't know how to, and you are lacking of ideas, this is for you. For just $1, here's how Reka Studio can create 8 reels for you for 1 whole month. And the best part is, it'll only take 3 hours of your time. First, the Reka team researches your industry and creates a custom content guide, including everything from the best SEO keywords, top videos in your niche, and the best topics for you to speak on to connect with your audience. Secondly, we have a recording process that allows us to record high quality videos that looks professional and it'll only take minutes to set up. Thirdly, our team handles all the editing, so each video holds your audience attention while still being authentic. Fourth, our team will schedule the post to your selected platforms on autopilot. And the best part is, all this for just $1 to get you started. We can only slot in 5 more clients, so visit tgnpodcast.com/Reka to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. Nuggets, back to the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. My name is Nazreen and I have Ame as a co-host. And today we have a special guest. A guest near and dear to our hearts as Arsenal fan. He is a football coach. He is a realtor. And based on what I saw his profile in Instagram, he's also a husband and a daddy. And there's also a few lines that describe himself. Work with passion, work with ambition, and work for a dream.
Wow.
Yeah, before I even meet him, I already like this person. We have today Razif.
Hello.
All right, Razif, how are you, man?
I'm good.
It's been how many years since we last met? 10 years, I think.
10 years.
Exactly 10 years, right? 2014. Yeah.
Where do you guys met?
So last time I was a bit more smaller than this lah. And I was doing Herbalife lah. So we did fit clubs and all. And then I think that was the thing that draws you to join Herbalife, right?
Yeah, to do fitness programs lah for the to tolong orang-orang yang all this big size to slim down.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that was where we met. We met at Republic Poly because that time we did our fit club at RP.
Oh, you guys are not RPs, right?
No.
Because I know you're TPs. You and one more person here.
Yeah, so that was where we met, and it's been 10 years now since we last met. But of course lah, because for me I'm kepo, right? So I always follow what people do, and Facebook algorithm always push Razif's post to me lah, for me to view lah.
Nice.
So that's where I see like, wow, because when I first met him, he was just starting out his like coaching career, right? And at that point of time, you were not working and you were just focusing on that full time.
Yep.
Yeah. So and today he is a UEFA A licensed coach.
Wow. Explain to us what exactly is that.
What was that? Technically, it's just another coaching license, but I took it in Europe, in Ireland lah. So I did my UEFA B first in probably 2015, 2016, and then follow on by the UEFA A.
I see.
What's the levels? How many levels are there in total?
So Grassroots, UEFA C, UEFA B, UEFA A, and then UEFA Pro. So Pro is the one that you can coach the Premier League lah.
Wow. Oh, is it? So that means there's another level.
One more to go, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you aiming for that?
Applied with 5 FA,
Okay.
rejected for all, probably because they have different pathway for their local coaches first. So all the they give it to the local coaches first lah.
When you say local, which country?
I did as for Malta, Scotland, Ireland, Belgium. Yep.
Okay. So different country have their own different. Okay, I see. And for the UEFA Pro, is it like under one body or it's only in the Premier League?
No, under one body. So once you have that UEFA Pro, you can coach to any pro clubs around Europe, around the world lah.
Okay,
Around the world.
but the UEFA A you can't do that.
UEFA A only up to probably 21, under 21s.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Wow. So the professional leagues yet to explore. Are you looking to?
Yep. So
get
looking
one?
at if exploring at the higher level, I need the UEFA Pro lah.
Okay. And what about Singapore? Are there any coaches that has UEFA B, UEFA A licenses?
I think there are some coaches that are taking the UEFA B, somewhere I think in Scotland or Wales. They took that path line, where I think Wales and Scotland did, or English FA had theirs in Dubai because of COVID, so they don't want coaches to travel so far. So they get all those from Asian regions to come in to Dubai to do their programs. Yeah.
Okay, that's for the UEFA Pro.
For the UEFA B.
UEFA B.
Yeah.
Okay. And because to me it's uncommon that people actually have UEFA licenses. Maybe this is my ignorant observation, but is this really the case in Singapore?
I think it really depends on what you want. So like for example, the coaches here, because most of them are not able to go out, so they just stick to what FAS is offering. So the C license, B license, A license, which is equivalent to AFC certifications lah. So you can coach any clubs around Asia.
I see.
Nice.
But the difference is that like you see like Ange, when he went to Spurs, even with his AFC Pro, they told him to take the UEFA Pro.
Okay. I see. So
a bit of conversion. In terms of conversion, they say that UEFA is much graded much more higher lah.
Higher.
Yeah. But if you look at what AFC said, is actually equivalent to UEFA.
Is it because Asians are always degraded?
Probably.
degraded. What a term, man. You are an Asian, though. You must be proud.
I'm proud, but that's how football sees our football. I mean, our football. I mean, that's how football, grade our level in our continent.
Choose your words wisely.
I think it's like how they say Asia football is always 10 years behind European football. Yeah, I think similar.
10 years, huh?
Yeah, around there.
Wow.
So similar in terms of coaching pedagogy. So in Europe, I think the way how they coach now, a bit more player centric. So a lot of information is given to the players, getting the players to be more informative, using social media on how they can hype themselves and get better. So like here in Asia, we are still at the early normal stage lah, of just normal face-to-face contact.
Right.
Can you share with us a bit about your background? Where do you go to school, and what eventually inspired you to be going for to choose this career path?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this one a bit of mixtures. So I started coaching when I was at 15 years old for a grassroots team.
Sec 3.
Sec
Start
3.
already.
Yeah. So it's a grassroots team lah. Woodland Sunday Boys. So I was given the opportunity to lead the younger kids to do basic technical activities, passes, dribbling, and stuff like that. So it just goes on probably for the next 4 years. So after O level, I took the Sec 5 path to O level. Then went to La Salle.
Okay.
So in La Salle, I took filmmaking.
Oh, really? Yeah. Filmmaking.
So campak so it's totally different background of what I'm doing. So while still at La Salle, during tertiary I was on trial or training with Woodlands Wellington, the Premier League team.
Okay.
And then an opportunity came up to act in Malaysia.
Act?
Oh, really?
So for RTM, so for TV, for a season show lah.
Okay.
So
Drama lah.
13 episode drama.
Serious, bro?
So I stayed there in Malaysia on and off, probably around 1 year before NS. Yeah.
So you're also an actor.
Wow, you should put inside your profile. Actor.
Yeah, that's why.
So stop football because of that.
Because of NS or because of drama?
Because of drama.
Drama, bro.
So I just left Woodland and then just go up to Malaysia to try out lah the acting path.
Is it the money good?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. that causes you to stop halfway.
I think it's just the flow that is going lah. So opportunity comes in, then just okay lah, why not try it?
Okay.
Yeah. Then of course, Adi Putra is there. So at that time I was in contact with Adi also because he's my neighbor.
Okay.
Within the same Woodlands area. So getting feedback, advisors and stuff like that lah. With him. Yeah.
Okay.
So just try out. Then NS, then everything stopped. So football wise, I stopped. Acting wise, I stopped everything.
Okay.
So
what were you in NS?
Army.
I was stationed at HQ NCC.
HQ NCC. Mana tu?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you should nah.
So
No,
okay, so at HQNCC, my job scope is to be in charge of the overseas program. So school kid comes in that they want to go to, let's say, ISAP, let's say India, Australia, UK. So I was part of that program lah.
Okay.
To be part of the selection programs.
Oh, okay.
So at the same time also, when there's no event like that happening, I'm helping out with the outdoor programs.
Okay.
So kids that comes in that do flying fox, obstacles course, or stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know this exists.
As part of NS lah.
Yeah.
So it's good because it's a 8 to 5. So you get to go back every day.
Shock.
So that's the best part lah.
Okay. Then after NS?
After NS, what do I do? Oh, then I took my coaching cert.
Oh,
right
immediately
after.
start lah.
Yeah, so restart back everything. Say okay lah, why not just take coaching certs?
But why you decide to choose that path?
I think it's still the burning inspirations that of what I've been doing, and just to follow up. So during NS, I did some readings lah on how to go through UEFA courses and stuff like that. So it never came across my mind that okay, I might want to apply for it until at the later stage lah. So the initial part was I took a UK version of coaching course where the instructor from UK came in, and then I just learned through basic coaching wise, not through the AFC one. Then after that, probably in 2014, then I started to take the AFCC license course lah. So from there, then started to do coaching for schools and academies.
Okay. And how's the money like?
I think the rate is big in Singapore.
Oh, really?
For coach.
Since
for
last
coach.
time?
Yep.
Like how big? Because my understanding and from what I hear is generally when people work at the club or even players at the clubs, they don't really earn that much.
Let me give a range.
Yeah. So okay. So if you go to compare to UK, it's between $15 to $35 per hour.
Okay.
But ours is probably minimum is about 50 per hour.
50.
Really?
Yep. So usually coaching is about 2 hours. So it depends on how many schools you can get probably in a week to supplement the whole week. Then with weekends usually are the academies, so you can probably work from 9 to 5. Depends on which academy you can have.
And the academy also $50 per hour.
Probably per sessions, probably 60, 70 per session.
Okay.
Around there lah, the range.
Wow. So that means after NS you immediately start coaching and you are earning like $50 per hour, and that has always been your main source of income.
Not so lah. So along the way, while I do coaching also, I try to look at how I can maximize my timing, working time. So I applied for a school program executive. We're in charge of the schools, PE lessons and stuff like the NCCA stuff, becoming their administrative lah. So part under of a company, but it's under MOE. So that is probably my 7 to 3 job. And after that, I rush off for coaching, probably 4 to 6.
Okay.
In a different setting lah, environment.
And this has been your lifestyle since until today.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's like PE teacher lah.
More to admin stuff lah.
Admin stuff.
So assisting the PE teachers also lah.
Wow.
And that job, how much does it pay?
Typical post grad,
Like
2.5.
15,
Yeah.
Oh, 2.5k
Yeah.
salary
Okay.
kind of
Salary
thing.
kind. Yep.
Okay, and you work until 3 p.m. only.
Yep.
I see.
Okay lah,
So that means you already had a clear vision. Like, okay, I want to do coaching, and coaching always starts at 3. So I must find a job that ends at 3.
Correct.
Okay.
And you find a job which is fit right to that timing.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
So now it has been about how many years that you have been doing this?
Probably 15.
15 years. Do you get bored or jaded by this?
I think it come to a point where yes, you might get tired of what you are doing, but the beauty of it is that I get to meet different people with different aspirations of how they want to become a better footballer. So actually the youth kids, right? So every term or every semester, if I work with the academy, it's always a new intake or new groups that you are taking care of. So that gives me a different perspective of, this guy want to come here just to play and have fun. Probably this guy is here because the parents need to go grocery shopping on the weekend, so just park the kids here. Those kinds. So you see different kinds of reasons why they are there to play football.
Okay.
But some really want to play at the highest level. Then it depends on how much motivations you want to look at them also.
Right. But how do you like gauge their needs or their reasons for being there? Like you cannot push them to do things, right? But different kids have different needs or reasons. So how do you like manage?
I think is by talking to them lah. So having a two-way communication with the children, with the parents, then you get to see more of what actually they want. Football, yeah. Sometimes it's just the parents want them to be a top player, but not the kids themselves lah.
Okay.
So
there are that instances in Singapore.
Yeah.
Kena push.
Wow.
So is you managing the expectations of the kids and the parents themselves lah. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the typical mindset, especially during our time when we were younger, is in Singapore, if you want to play football, there's not really a future there. But nowadays, people really push their kids to play at the highest level.
Correct.
Wow.
Because they see a path already, I guess.
So
Really?
now with
Is there a
UTR, with UTR coming in, Unleash the Raw. So there are pathway for the kids to be playing. And then now if you look at how Lion City Sailors are pushing themselves and providing platform for the kids, and then you start to see scholarships of players going overseas to Spain, to Germany, like you said, Daniel, in Borussia. So that gives them a bit of hope that actually there is a pathway for these kids to go out and play football.
Okay. But because Fandi, he did not really have that pathway, right? And still he managed to play for, I forgot what's the Dutch team that he played for.
Groningen.
Yes. So like technically there shouldn't be a path for people to actually play at the highest level, right? Why must we define that path then?
I think is to make it clear that look, we invest in a program for you at a young level. So this is where your end goal is. So either you can reach to that end goal or not. It depends on yourself also. So if how much you want to push yourself and aspire to go up and play at the highest level, we already provide you with that platform or that end goal for you. So it's back to you lah. How much you want to push yourself for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hearsay, people saying that there is no proper like development path for Singapore's players, especially because NS is so one of the main disruptor for their journey, right? Is that really the case right now?
Some sort of, yes. NS does disrupt players who are trying to make a name for themselves and they're 17 years old, 18 years old. But also, I think with the different structure that we have, is again back to that pathway on how we can help them actually progress that the 2-year loss of their football development. Is actually if we can, what Young Lions is trying to do is that they get them out from the camps and then start to go training and what Safsa did and stuff like that. So there are actually some programs which allow them to be up, but it depends on the units that they're in.
Still depend on the unit.
Yep.
Okay, that means it depends on OCs.
Correct.
Wow. Shouldn't our ministers or our government give a executive instruction that okay, these people should be excused?
Must ask.
I think there is, but I think it depend on the units they are in. So if the units prefer them, okay, maybe this month they have a program for them already. So probably just this month they can't commit to it. Yeah.
Okay.
But if some unit requires them to go outfield almost every week,
Correct.
how?
From a coach's perspective, right? Do you think them going through the rigorous training in NS affect their development as a professional footballer?
I think there are two ways to look at it. If you look at the positive way, one could be that mental aspect, where once you go through NS, your resilience level goes up.
Yep.
How you can adapt to changes and stuff like that. Then you are more willing to take a better. Then the other way is also looking at physically.
Yeah.
They could be fatigue coming into training.
Yeah.
But then again, depends on the coaches on how they can actually identify what kind of programs you have been doing in NS, so they can tailor-make the training programs for them.
Okay.
So that's why we have fitness coaches to look at all this players' performance.
I see. Okay. That's really interesting. And do you think with the developments that you just explained to us, there is really a future for Singapore, for Singaporeans to be playing at the highest level as per like those in Europe?
I think there is. If you look at our kids when they play out, for example, they went to Gotia Cup or whatever youth tournaments. I think somehow we are more or less at the same level before the age of 13. But post puberty, I think things starts to change for us. I think in terms of study, schools, what comes in first, sports or life for the parents also, right? For them to think of. So that's where the difference between us and the top clubs lah. So if you look at Europe, of course there are different levels. The top elite level, and then you look at the grassroots levels. I think probably the grassroots level is somewhere where it's close to us also.
Okay.
So probably it's just a percentage of numbers that plays professionally. So in Europe, let's say you have 200 millions as compared to us, just 5-6 million. So that 1% for them is really a lot as compared to our 1%.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only difference. So they have more numbers to actually handpick to be professional footballers.
I see.
Because of population. Singapore's small.
But having said that, Uruguay have a similar population like us, but because of the poverty, to get out from poverty and stuff like that, that actually spurred them wanting to play football.
Okay, same like Brazil, right? I think
similar.
Brazil also.
Because Singapore is it's far from poverty, I guess.
Yeah.
That's too rich of a country.
Then for us also a problem. Okay, for me personally, in my coaching aspirations, so as I say, I want to go Europe and coach. So it's easy for me if I'm a European coach that travels around Europe.
Yeah.
Because of domination money wise, is everyone is using euro is the same.
Yeah.
But if I'm a Singaporean, if I were to travel to Malaysia and coach or Indonesia to coach, then the value of that money drops for me.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's a bit different here in Asia. So for example, if when I was in Laos, so when I travel to Laos, what they offer me is very low, but in terms of football wise, is higher. So I took the national team, but pay wise is lower. So if I compare myself, if I were in Europe, let's say if I were in Man City, if I would travel to Denmark and coach, then pay wise is more or less the same. So 3,000, let's say 3,000 pound to 3,000 euro.
Yeah.
So not much of difference.
Yeah,
But
1.1.
so if 3,000 Sing dollars to ringgit 3,000, so it's a lot of different.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's for our local coaches, for them to go out. I think in terms of money wise also is quite difficult.
Okay, this is interesting. I think I want to touch a lot about the socio-economic aspect from your perspective as a coach in this landscape. I think we go to part 2 for that.
Can. Let's. But wait, before we end, just now you mentioned UTR, Unleash the Raw. Before we end, probably can you share a little bit of what is that?
Unleash the Raw is a new. I think it's a new program started 2 years back.
Recent.
By Lion City.
No, by
Not them. I thought they started.
by Sports SG.
Okay.
So this is to actually bring up the level of football, to create more professional pathway for the kids, and also for them to level up the coaches up to be better. Yeah. So this is a government initiative programs with supports from the government.
Okay.
To run this program, under Sports SG.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Thank you so much for sharing. So, we will unleash episode 2. Part 2 after this. As you can hear, there's more to share in the football aspect of things. All right. So, hope you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one.